All right, so we're here with the Turbo Timber Evolution. We've tried a 2200 3S, a 2200 4S, and for this flight, we're gonna try a 4,000 milliamp per hour 3S. All right, so it's a little bit heavier of a battery, should give you a lot more flight time. All right, so this is the 4,000 milliamp 3S battery, so a little bit more weight, but back to 3S power. So we're just gonna do a kind of a longer takeoff, not a stall takeoff on this one, so no flaps. Here we go. Power coming up. There we go. Nice scale takeoff. Even though it's not really scale for a stall plane, it was a little bit longer. So let's just see. Does it fly any different with a heavier battery on it that we can tell? So let's just do hands off. No. No difference at all. I do not feel any different flight characteristics so far. With my Cherokee, I've noticed it lands better with a little bit heavier of a battery. So we'll see on landing if it's any different. But I'll tell you what, from takeoff, flying the pattern, it does not feel any different at all with a heavier weight battery in it. Come in nice and low here. There we go. I'll tell you, the stability of a Timber is just unmatched. It's just crazy. It's just such an easy flying airplane. I mean, you can see why Horizon recommends this for a second airplane. I mean, if you came out of a trainer, let's say you mastered a Habu or you mastered an Apprentice, you would have no trouble flying the Timber. And with all their new improvements they made to the Turbo Timber Evolution, the plane is even more durable and more convenient than the original. And the original was a pretty good airplane. I mean, it's really one of the best-selling RC planes, and it's easy to see why. I mean, it's just such an easy flying airplane. I mean, it's like I could talk through here, just relax. Not all planes are like that. Some of my Warbirds, some EDFs, a little bit more. You got to be on top of your game, but here I can just relax a little bit, enjoy flying the airplane. I got a beautiful thunderstorm behind me, makes it look very cool. So I got a nice background to fly in. There's almost no wind now. Just a nice, easy flying airplane. So yeah, no issues at all flying with a heavier battery. If you're concerned that a heavier battery is gonna really affect the performance, the answer is no. I see nothing so far that would indicate to me a problem with going a heavier battery. Back to 3S power, and no doubt I am much happier with 4S power. Not 3S is bad. I mean, this is still an awesome flying airplane. It's very relaxing, easy to fly. But I'll tell you what, for a turboprop, it kind of needs the 4S just because of the fact that you'd expect that performance out of a turboprop. It's not underpowered on 3S, so don't get me wrong, but I just kind of like it on 4S, but 3S is totally fine. So let's just bring her on in here. Look at that, nice. Look at it, such a beautiful airplane. You get a great look at how that red and white paint looks in against this background. It's incredible. So let's come in. Let's do a nice slow pass here with our flaps, shall we?
Takeoff flaps.
So let's slow her way
Time
down.
remaining 3 minutes.
Way down. Here we go. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Here we go. Look at this thing. Just hanging in the air. Just hanging. That's takeoff flaps. My takeoff flaps, remember, are not as much as the factory recommends. So let's do flaps up and power out of it. Easy, easy, easy. So with that, let's go ahead and let's just set up for a landing now. And let's see if it lands any different with a heavier battery, shall we? So let's do takeoff flaps. Here we go. Bring it around on let's turn base, let's turn final. Let's see, heavier battery, any difference in landing? Power down.
Landing flaps.
Full flaps. Settling in very nicely. I think it lands just fine on...
Flaps up.
I think it lands fine with a heavier battery, a lighter battery, a 3S battery, a 4S battery. I didn't really notice too much of a difference. I think more difference is actually probably the lack of wind that's really come down. I think the landings are a little bit smoother now that the wind's dropped down a little bit, especially when you use flaps. But yeah, wow. So there we go. That wraps up the flight review videos of 3 different batteries, 3S powered, 4S powered on the new Turbo Timber Evolution. Fantastic flying airplane. Leave your questions and comments below. Thanks, guys.